Hi, I'm Meghan Shigo, and I've been a licensed realtor since 1998. I've sold over 1,000 homes, and I'm here today to help you have your best buying or selling experience. Hey everybody, it's Meghan, and it's Mondays with Meghan, and this is where I share the most important information I can share with you so that you can have a successful real estate transaction. And this week I want to talk about problems. And I have to tell you that when you buy something that's defective, your attitude about it is way different if somebody tells you about it and then you have the choice to move forward or not, rather than if you've purchased something and then you find out that there's a defect and you've been duped. Totally different experience. And this actually happened to me personally. Someone sold me something that was very, very defective, and I found out that they covered it up, and it was very disappointing, and it did end up in court. So not cool. So we don't like to see people get duped. You got to know what you're getting into. Now, when you're a buyer, you can do inspections. Don't ever waive your inspection. In 24 years, I've never had anybody waive their inspection. That's silly. You need to have the inspection. You have to know your rights. It's written all over the contract and all over the disclosures: buyer's rights, seller's rights, agent duties. It's super serious. This is a really big purchase, and you need to make sure that you're doing your due diligence, okay? So buyers paid a lot of money for houses at the beginning of the year, and they are finding out that there's some defects, and they're pretty irritated. So the California Association of Realtors just put out an article, and I am going to explain it to you. So when you open escrow, you have a home inspection, you can have a chimney inspection, a roof inspection, an electrical inspection, a foundation inspection. I mean, you have to know what you're getting into. Sure, these inspections are going to cost you thousands of dollars, but wouldn't you rather know up front instead of later? So right now, this is an article distributed by the California Association of Realtors. I'm going to read you some stats. 95% of buyers find issues after closing with their house. Now, this could be because they didn't have a great home inspector, or they didn't do their due diligence, or they just simply were not paying attention. But if you're buying a house, there's going to be issues with it, okay? Especially if it's not a brand new house. There's going to be things that somebody found or didn't find, and now you're finding. And just please do your due diligence and manage your expectations to the best that you can. 60% of sellers admitted to selling a home with an issue the buyer was not aware of. Holy cow, okay? A seller has to disclose to you anything that would affect the value, desirability, resaleability, livability, peace and quiet ability, whatever it is, they need to disclose it to you, okay? It says that 65% of the sellers admitted to an issue that it was worse than what the buyer realized, okay? So that means that the seller minimized an issue, and that's why you have a home inspection. And as a realtor, when I refer people to home inspection, I say, hey, you can use your own home inspector, or here's 3 to choose from, so they can do some research and see who they want to use. 74% of sellers hid issues with shoddy repairs. Man, this is really disappointing. Honestly, it really is, because, people are paying a lot of money for houses, and that's very disappointing. So in the disclosures, it asks the seller, like, what have they fixed? And so they have to tell you what they have fixed in the whole history of them owning the home. If it's a trust, they're not going to be able to tell you that much. But if they just finished a bunch of work, like I have some houses that we're using free model on, and so we're remodeling them and selling them. And so I'm just including the invoice so people can see what exactly we did before we got the house ready for sale. That way, the buyer can ask questions if there's anything that they think is weird, but we're not hiding anything. It says 77% of sellers said their agent encouraged them to mislead buyers. Wow. The most common issues, 90% were structural, 88% were electrical, and then fixtures and appliances. So those are the main hot topics. Let's see what else. Plumbing was 58%, leaks 54%, basement, let's see, water damage 46%, heating and cooling 43%. Oh my gosh, mold or termites 39%, major appliances 34%, roof 31%, foundation 27%. You know, a seller thinks that they don't have to disclose because if they fix it already, then don't think they have to disclose it. Or if it's not leaking now, they think they don't have to disclose it. When I bought the house, nobody told me about that, so why would I tell somebody else? That's another really cruddy excuse to not tell people. People say that kind of stuff all the time. It's like, when I bought the house, it was like that. Nobody told me about it. Well, it's like, okay, how much did you pay for the house? $150,000. This person's paying $850,000. There's a big difference here. Okay, they have different expectations. So, anyway, buyers and sellers, this is a very disappointing report. It saddens me to read this. You know, the only thing that we have in ourselves that you can't buy or sell is our integrity. So I really think that everyone needs to take a little bit more time going through things, reading things. At the beginning of the year, things are moving so quickly. Maybe people felt like they really didn't have the time to do their inspections or the due diligence. But you have the time, make the time, and read everything. Read everything, people. And if you have a question, if you have an inspector that comes in and says they're concerned about something and maybe you should get someone who specializes in that condition to take a look at it, then go ahead and do it, because you'll be a lot happier about it before you buy it. Then you can make a choice if you want to buy it or not, or ask for credit to fix it. Then after you buy it and then you feel duped, that's not going to go over very well. So I wish you luck. This was a very long minute with Megan. It's 7.5 minutes, but I wish you luck, and message me if you need help.